Hello, my friends. Welcome to yet another week in our Genius Hour. But this is exciting because this is the final week. I am going to break down for you all the things you need to know about how to finish your project, what to do for the final week, your final videos, and all the other stuff. So I'm really excited. Let's check it out. So first of all, let's look to here. I'm going to use Rover Robotics. And you remember for your classroom websites, you always want to scroll to the bottom. So you scroll down. Okay, this is March 30th, 2020. Last week you should have done 2 new videos, set your final goal, and make a big push. This week we are doing our project overview. So if you come down here, new work for the week of April 6th appears below. It's the final showcase. So for this week, your task, your one and only task, is to create your final video. It is due this Friday, April 10th. It would also be a great idea this week to get your website in order and make sure all your other videos are in there, make sure everything's good, and just make sure that your project looks clean, wonderful, and great. Remember, your website is the main way I have to assess you since I can't see you in person and see your projects. For your final project walkthrough, what you probably want to do is talk about it in 3 stages. Okay, you probably want to do an intro where you talk about, hey, here's the project I did, here's what I chose, here's why I was interested in it, and then show where you started. So for me, I'd talk about painting. I'd talk about, I started, I do a lot of mini painting. I'm really excited about using this new tool. Miss Bycraft got me this airbrush, and I started doing kind of like black and white models. Not too bad. Then you want to do a middle section, right? Where you talk about maybe you were struggling, you need to change it up, maybe you had a breakthrough. For me, this would be saying, well, I got about as far as I could with white and black models and really needed a break. I needed change, so I actually took a day off and I went and exercised and totally forgot about my project. And then came back to it and said, I'm going to blend multiple colors together. So I started blending reds and tans and it actually worked out really well. So it's kind of the middle stage of my project. Obviously, yours, you would talk more about it than this. This is just an overview. Then you get to the finale. You take a bow, you show off your final project. Maybe you wrote a song, perform your song. Maybe you coded a website, show your website. Maybe you can do 50 push-ups or run a 5K in 15 minutes. I don't know, but show it off. Talk about your goals. Did you meet your goals? So for me, I really pushed myself this week, and I did a couple new things. I tried to blend multiple colors together, so I did this dragon with 4 shades of blue. I did a dark blue, light blues, and then like kind of a gray on his belly. And then I did this guy, my Lord of Change, which I'm really proud of, and I did like 3 or 4 different colors on his back and his wings and his underbelly. So for a base coat, this is probably about as far as I think I'm going to be able to take my skill right now. So when I create my final reflection video, I'm going to talk about those 3 things, right? I'm going to intro it, I'm going to talk about the middle, and then I'm going to talk about my finale. And then you want to make sure you've got some visual aids. Maybe it's screenshots of something, maybe it's pictures, maybe it's video. Okay, now down here, I put some rubrics. This is where this video I'm recording now is actually going to go. Now down here, I put the guide to the videos. So on your website, you should have 8 videos. You should have an intro video, a deep dive video, where you introduce your viewer to the project, and then the deep dive is a little more detail. We did our first reflection. This was about 3-4 weeks ago, and there were questions you should answer. Then we took our projects to the next level. That was the week right before spring break. Then we had our final goal and big push. So last week I asked you to create some final goals for your website, and then I asked you to make a big push, one more video where I see you working on it. And then this week, right, number 7 video is our project celebration and our showcase. This is due this Friday, and that's going to be the things I just told you about, right? There's an intro section, a middle section, a finale. And then next week, we'll have a reflection due. And I haven't written your reflection questions yet because I'm still thinking. But when I do, they'll be here. In case you're curious or you need some more feedback, I did a rubric down here for the entire project. I tried to break it into 7 areas. So if you have some curiosity, I said, well, you've got a video content. Here's what would be exceeding, proficient, emerging, non-proficient. Your video accessibility, whether or not I can see them. Your project showcase video gets its whole own classification. That's really important. Other content, right? Is your journal there? Did you link some references? Layout. How's your website look? Is it pretty? Is it cool? Is it easy to find things? Is it messy? Spelling and punctuation. That's not super important, but it's kind of important. And then finally, your project as a whole. Your project, was it clear? Was it personal? Does it show a final project? Did it show growth? Right? So those areas are on there. All these things are linked on the website and you can look at them. Now, if you want, you can go to my example website and I have that all in there. So you remember last week I said set some final goals. So I made a final goal video, a big push video. Then this week is my Genius Hour, my project showcase, my intro, middle, end. I have not filmed it. I'm going to film it tomorrow at school and it'll be up here. And then I left a space down there for my week 6 reflection. So if you look, for me, following the rubric I said, I've got 1 video, 2, right, reflection, final showcase. Big push is 3. Final goals is 4. Next level is 5. Reflection is 6. Right? Deeper dive is 7. And then intro is 8. So I've got all 8 videos on there. So if you want that full super A+, you should have those on there too. We will talk about this tomorrow as well. If you have any questions, always just email me or anything else. All right, friends, I will talk to you tomorrow. See ya.